Um, PPA cash stash. Yeah, when it comes to the cash stash, um, it's what I would call a clever product more than a good product. Um, even I'd feel a little uneasy in most locations putting that under there. Although if I put it under some kitchen drawers and stuff like that, I know I definitely use it because I know of a place I could use it. But the fact of the matter is, though, I still think it's a little gimmicky. But then again, gimmicky things like this can sell. That I really have this, which is item B. The means and method of hiding cash and other valuables, valuable items. I really meant that to be kind of coupled with item C, which is the light switch bill safe, because I think both of those two products, and they're both kind of mediocre products. But the bill safe is a little more valuable and a little more relevant. As you will see in its video and so forth, it's something that can definitely be, usable to a consumer with little fear of, or less fear, of some criminal discovering the valuables. It's a little harder to get into, and the basically light switch bill safe is a little harder to get into, and it's meant for longer term storage, because you do have to use a screwdriver to get into it and everything. But the point is that it's meant, to store, larger bills, like several $100s, whereas the cash stash, is something that you'd probably store smaller bills, up to $100, a bunch of 20s and things like that, but together they actually make a pretty good little solution for people to hide valuables, and people love to hide things. It's still hard to predict how well something like this would do in the market, because everybody's going to see that on TV and goes, well, if I'm aware of it, the criminal's going to be aware of it. So, I don't know, but, the point is that if you provide enough places for criminals to look, well, that increases the chance of them getting caught. So, at the end of the day, so, how big of a concern is it? I don't really know. So this is one of those things that's a total wild card, as to what consumer reaction would be to something like this. And, you are welcome to take my videos out and do a little bit of market surveying if you want, ask a few people what they think, that kind of thing. I don't have a problem with that at all. Just to try to determine if it's something that might work on the market, irrespective of the actual appearance of the items, which again, I did the best I could with what I had to work with. But the fact of the matter is it still may be enough to, elicit some interest. So, anyway, the point is that, it's got some potential, and I'm certainly not going to, charging a lot for it, although there still will be a, the question of the patent, covering the patent fees on it. But, I think it does have some potential, but it's one of those things that if you're not interested in it, I'll probably try to take it to, Ace Hardware or somebody and say if they're interested in either of these two products. Because I do think it's got some potential, if it's on a store shelf or something like that. So, anyway.
One little last thought that just occurred to me that really this is a product that does actually make sense to sell like a 3-pack of, and the reason is that, really it kind of makes sense if you have one of these things to actually have more than one location you store cash in. So that way if criminals find one location, well, they might think that's all the cash you have and not bother looking for any other location. So anyway, it's something to consider.